Hey everyone, today I want to go over removing a fuel from a 2-cycle engine because it is no longer good. Now this engine does run the fuel that's in there, but it's old. I don't know how old it is. I'm not the one that put it in there, but it's old. So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss how to do so, the benefits of that, and why you should never run anything with questionable age fuel. So like I said, this runs. It's a little smoky. The fuel in there, good fuel should either be tint of blue, tint of red. There might be an additive out there it's making a different color, but those should be it. You should not see dark red, and you should not see green. See any of those colors, it's time to change. Very first thing we're going to do though is we are going to take the cap off and pour the old fuel into a container that is safe for fuel. As you can see, that's none of those colors it should have been. This is old. I don't know how this engine's running with that in there, but it is. It's a miracle, I suppose. Next thing is the fuel pump. If you have a primer, you're going to want to prime it until you don't hear any squishy noises. What a primer does, at least in a 2-cycle engine like this, is it pulls fuel through the carb. Now that it's emptied and we are no longer getting any squishy noises, I then dumped out what's in the tank. Like I said, it pulls fuel through the carb, so when you prime it with the empty tank, you actually take the fuel out of the carb and put it back into the tank, which is exactly what we want to do. If you do not have a primer bulb, the right thing to do would be to take the carb off and to clean it that way. If it's running, you can just do the first step without priming it and then just let it run. It'll burn it off. It's always a possibility. Now I'm going to fill it with high quality premium ethanol free fuel with Eco Armor oil. I like the Armor oil because it says it cleans, and I will be doing kind of like a test to see if it has any buildup. I mean, any high quality fuel oil is okay, but why not get one that cleans? And I've been using it for 6 months now, probably, with little to no issue. So I'm going to go ahead and get that primed up, just moving the fuel out of the way. Now when you have completely emptied out your tank and your primer bulb, even though it says only pump it like 5 times, pump it like 10. You can't really over pump this. It's just going to circulate the fuel even more. Just kind of help washes everything out. Okay, now hopefully it should start. So why would you need to do this? One, it's not good to burn old fuel. Over time, not all the fuel will be burnt off when you are actually running it, and you can cause a lot of carbon buildup. Not good. Two, your engine's not going to run right. It's going to bog potentially. It's going to be down on power. It's not meant for that type of fuel. It should be fresh fuel. 3, it could plug up your fuel components, filters, lines, screens. I mean, there's jets. There's a lot of small pieces in there that this could cause problems with. So if you're experiencing bogging, or if you don't know how old the fuel is, or it's been there for a really long time and you know that, this is a good way of getting rid of all of it, or at least majority of it. There's always going to be a little bit more, but hopefully when you put in good new fuel in there and priming it excessively, it's going to wash everything away and mix. There's probably less than like 1/4 of an ounce, if even less than that, probably, that after we're done, of that old fuel still in there. I put in a decent amount of good fuel. It's going to wash it through. It's going to be okay. Let's give it a pull and see what happens. there you go. So hopefully this helped. If you are confused or need a little assistance on removing old fuel from a 2-cycle, this works on leaf blowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, anything 2-cycle. This is going to be a good way of doing so. Even some 4-cycle equipment, larger engines can be a little bit more difficult, obviously, but the smaller 4-stroke, like the Hondas or something, it's going to be exactly the same thing. But in general, it's for the 2-cycle. Okay, well, if you like what you see, definitely subscribe, put a thumbs up. Catch you in the next video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Be happy to answer. Have a good day.